Hey guys, Pro1701 here. Today we're going to talk about some of the releases I'm looking forward to in 2021 for Doctor Who. I will be sticking strictly to TV, no Big Finish, no Time Lord Victorious, because I don't really get into Time Lord Victorious, to be honest. And I'm just kind of getting started with Big Finish, although I still do want to listen to Spare Parts at some point and The Last Adventure. But I'm just kind of getting into Big Finish. So I'm going to be sticking mostly with completely with TV releases. We're going to be looking at the Collection Blu-ray range for the Classic series, the Steelbook range, and the Animated Adventures. I'm going to start off with the Collection. I think we'll probably get 3 box sets next year. Hopefully all of this Corona stuff, this COVID stuff will be wrapping up maybe toward the beginning of next year. I'd like to get 4 releases, but we're probably only going to get 3, being realistic. I think we'll probably get 3 collection releases, hopefully. I think the first one will probably be Season 20. That seems to be the front runner for the one we're supposed to get next, Season 20, which I'm excited about. I like Season 20. I've seen most of Season 20. I think the only ones in Season 20 I haven't seen are Snake Dance and King's Demons. And I've seen all the others. I actually own all of the others. I really like Arc of Infinity more than most people seem to. I love the Enlightenment trilogy, or the Black Guardian trilogy, whatever you want to call it. I enjoy those. And I really like the 5 Doctors a lot. I think Richard Herndal does a great first Doctor personally. So I really enjoy that, and I would love to get that. I'm not quite sure which one would get the special effects update. Personally, I'd like to see the 5 Doctors get it. I know it's already had one special effects update, but I'd like to see a more modern one, and I really do enjoy that story a lot. It's a great multi-Doctor story. So I'm on board for Season 20. After that, I know a lot of people think we'll probably be getting Season 11, because we are due for another Pertwee story. Excuse me, another Pertwee season. And Season 11 is the most likely, since it's, I think, the only episode that's not intact in its original format is episode 1 of Invasion of the Dinosaurs, and hopefully they got the color problems worked out with that, because I know they had a lot of problems. I think it was the blue pigmentation color they were having some trouble with, the chromia dot. Hopefully they've got that fixed and we get Season 11 soon. I haven't seen a lot of Season 11. I think the only ones of Season 11 I've seen are Death to the Daleks and Planet of the Spiders. I've always wanted to see Time Warrior, since it's Sarah Jane's first story. That'd be a good treat. I'm curious to see Monsters of Peladon, because I've seen Curse of Peladon and I actually really enjoyed it, so I'm curious to see if Monsters of Peladon lives up to it. I hear it doesn't. And I'd like to see Invasion of the Dinosaurs, because while the special effects for it are notoriously bad, I hear the script is actually really, really good. So I'd like to see it for that. And I definitely think if they do a CGI enhanced effects for ones, it needs to be Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Maybe bring it up to where the visuals match the story, or close to it. And then if we only get one more, there's two paths I think they can go here. One, if they stay in line with the giving us 1 Tom Baker a year, then I'm sure it'll be a Williams one, a Graham Williams one, because I don't think they'd give us Season 13 so close after getting 14. And we're due a Graham Williams season anyway. And between 15, 16, and 17, I'd rather have 15 or 17, because I already have the Key to Time box set that's 16. And while I do want to pick up the Blu-ray collection of it when it comes out, I want that to be a little further down the road, because I've seen them all, and I want to get one of the others to own them. Personally, I'd rather have 17, because it has City of Death on it, and I love City of Death, so I would, if I could pick, I'd get 17. Even if most of the other stories in that season are mediocre to bad, from what I understand. I've never actually seen, there's only 3 Tom Baker stories I've never seen. Nightmare on Eden, Creature from the Pit, and The Invisible Enemy. And 2 of those are in Season 17. And while I've never seen Nightmare on Eden or Creature from the Pit, I hear they're not great. So I'm sure they're not great. Destiny of the Daleks is very, very mediocre. Probably my least favorite Dalek story in the Classic series. I think it's a good script. I just think the execution is done very badly. The sets look very cheap. I'm guessing maybe the budget just wasn't there. They probably spent so much on the location filming for City of Death and the location filming for Shada that it probably hurt their budget everywhere else for the season, and it shows in Destiny of the Daleks. And of course, I'm sure they'll include Shada since we've completed it at this point. I love Shada. I actually think Shada's a lot of fun, so I'll look forward to having that on there. I'd be fine with season 15. Season 15, like all of the Williams seasons, have their ups and downs. But season 15 has Horror of Fang Rock, which is great. And it has Sunmakers on it, which is really, really good. Another Robert Holmes script, and it's phenomenal. Really great satire on taxation and capitalism. Satire. There's a word people don't know in 2020. I think 2020 is the year that broke satire. But then we have Image of the Fendal, which is another one I think is great on script, but I'm not completely sold on the execution. I think Image of the Fendal would have worked really better in the Hinchcliffe era. I think it would have been realized better. Just the way the Fendal looks with the gold paint and the painted on eyes, it doesn't quite sell me on the threat of just how much of a threat that this creature is that the story builds it up to be. So while it's not bad by any means, it's a good story. It's just not quite as great as a lot of Tom's other stories. Invisible Enemy, again, I've never seen, but I don't really hear much about it either way, so I'm not sure if it's good or not. And then the Invasion of Tom, which is probably my least favorite Tom Baker season finale. It has its redeeming qualities, but it's not great, especially those TARDIS interior shots. The budget was obviously gone for the season by the end. Those TARDIS shots. We're in the TARDIS. Yeah, no, you're not. And if for some reason they decide not to do a Tom Baker season with everything kind of going behind because of COVID, if they want to give us something else, I'd like to get season 2. I really think we're due a 60s season, and I think we're more likely to either get season 2 or season 6, because all we're really missing on season 6 is Space Pirates, but I don't know. I figure they might wait and animate Space Pirates. I don't know if they will animate Space Pirates, because as I hear, Space Pirates is very, very dull. So if they're not going to animate Space Pirates, I'd rather go ahead and get season 6, but if they are going to animate Space Pirates, I'd rather wait and just go ahead and give us season 2. Because season 2, there's only 2 episodes missing, and that's episodes 2 and 4 of Crusade, and it's highly unlikely they're going to animate those due to the cost involved. So I'd rather them just go ahead and release the season, especially since I've never actually seen any of season 2. I've only seen about 5 or 6 of Hartnell's stories, and I've never seen any of season 2. So that'd be a nice treat for me and really give me a chance to delve more into his Doctor. So I'd love to get season 2 if they don't do a Tom Baker season, or if they just actually somehow manage to put 4 box sets out next year. So that's what I would like to see for the Classic Who Blu-ray Collection. Moving on, animations. Big rumor is that, and the Daily Mirror and the Radio Times have talked about how we're getting Evil of the Daleks and The Abominable Snowmen. These are 2 stories I would love to have. One, I love Daleks, and I've heard both of Troughton's Dalek stories are great. I love Power of the Daleks. I have the animated version and the animated special edition of it. I absolutely love Power of the Daleks, one of the best Dalek stories of all time. And I hear Evil's also really good. Evil's supposed to be like a really good Dalek story. So I would love to add that one to the collection. I hope the animation is done really well, as I found Fury from the Deep's animation to be disappointing. And to be honest, Faceless ones to be disappointing. I'd much rather it look like Macroterra. I really wish they'd get the Sun and Moon studios that did Macroterra back to do Evil of the Daleks. That would be great. And then Abominable Snowmen, I think, since it's the flip coin of, or the flip side of Web of Fear, you know, those are kind of part 1 and part 2 of one story, or one, I don't know quite what I'm going for here. I always consider Web of Fear to basically be a sequel to Abominable Snowmen, so it'd be nice to have Abominable Snowmen so I could watch it and then go watch Web of Fear whenever I wanted, or most of Web of Fear whenever I wanted. And I hope they do steelbooks to both of those, but I hope the steelbooks are actually good, unlike the last 2. I found Fury from the Deep steelbook and Faceless One steelbooks to be very disappointing. Especially the Fury from the Deep one, because Fury from the Deep is supposed to be such a scary story, very atmospheric, very claustrophobic, and the cover doesn't, the steelbook doesn't reflect that at all. And personally, what I think they should do for Abominable Snowmen is you take the vinyl. When they put Abominable Snowmen out on vinyl, they had this badass looking cover for the vinyl. It kind of invokes The Thing. It has the Yeti standing there with just his eyes. It looks creepy. It looks scary. Very much reminds me of the posters for The Thing. They need to make that the steelbook. That shot. If they make that shot that they used for the LP the steelbook, I'll be sold, because it looks creepy and just. This is a good, you take one look at it and you're like, this is going to be a good story. If they make it something silly and campy like the Fury one, I might not even get it. I might just get the standard release, because I honestly kind of wish I'd just gotten the standard release for Fury. I think that cover looks better than the steelbook. As for Evil of the Daleks, again, it's the Daleks. It's called Evil of the Daleks. Make it something a little spooky and creepy. If it's just a silly steelbook, I may go for the standard release on it too. And then moving into the steelbook topic I wanted to talk about was where they're continuing to do the modern series in steelbooks. They've been doing 2 a year lately, and so this year, or I should say in 2021, we should get season 7 and then the 50th anniversary one. Hopefully they do those separate. I want them to do those separate, because they've done all the way through season 6 where they've been redoing them. And so next year we should be due season 7 for sure. Looking forward to that. Hope the cover is good. I hope they have somebody else do the cover art. I love Sophie Crawley's artwork a lot. She's very good. But I would like to see somebody different tackle it, just because I like, that's what part of my things I like about the steelbooks. I like seeing different artists do it. So I'm hoping somebody else will get the next couple. I'd love to see Lee Binding do the 50th one. Hopefully after season 7, I think they should do a 50th anniversary steelbook, because I do think that deserves its own release. You could have the 50. You could have Day of the Doctor on it, Night of the Doctor on it, Time of the Doctor on it, and honestly, you could put an Adventure in Time and Space on it too, and then some behind the scenes stuff, of course, and then give that its own steelbook release. And I think you should have Lee Binding do the art to that, since he did the original art for Day of the Doctor. If he has time, I know he's working on the Classics Blueray set, but that's the 2 steelbooks I want to see for the modern range. Is the season 7 and hopefully a 50th anniversary set with Day of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor, Night of the Doctor at least on it. So those are the releases I'm looking forward to. Evil of the Daleks, Abominable Snowmen, at least 3 classic seasons, season 20, season 11, and then hopefully either like season 17 or season 2. And then some more steelbooks to add to my modern series. So anyway, that's just kind of the Doctor Who stuff I'm looking forward to in 2021. What are you looking forward to in 2021? What stuff from Doctor Who do you want to see come out next year in any format? Audio, Big Finish, comic books, Time Lord Victorious. What are you excited about? Let me know. Click the like button, click the bell for notifications, click the subscribe button. Check out my main channel, Prowl1701, PROWL1701, where I talk about all things Star Wars. And most importantly, as always, thank you for watching.